Good morning, Zodiac, and welcome, Soul Family. I say, you know Terrence McKenna, Find the Other, Soul Family. Here to share about spirituality, metaphysics, love, romance. Try to focus more on myself, so these readings try to focus more on us than about another. Most of my channels, love and relationship channel. But this one I like to be a little different here, okay? It's kind of my heart and soul reading. And I tell you, I've been having a hard time of it lately. And I was thinking, I was praying today, in fact, not long before this reading, and I kind of already had in mind to read out of the Gilded Tarot, and I was trying to decide on what. And I know for me, praying is something I didn't have. It's a quiver I didn't have. It was arrow I didn't have in my quiver until about 2007 when I took 5 grams of magic mushrooms. With good intentions, but it really is helpful to me. I gotta tell you, when things are tough. So, and I was thinking about prayer, and kind of the one card to me that's means prayer the most is the High Priestess. That's why I want to talk about the High Priestess today. It's the card that's on the Ethereal Visions deck. One of the reasons I got that deck. Always drawn to the High Priestess. You got Pisces in the 7th house. So I'm gonna just open the deck and find the High Priestess. God does that. Hopefully that won't take 5 minutes. Process. I saw death on the bottom, so transformation. We'll keep that. Let me just read what they have to say here. The High Priestess speaks of the unknown and contradictions. While her face is masked, she is clothed with a transparent gown. She floats with the toe barely skimming the waters of the subconscious, while her head is crowned with 9 glowing orbs representing the 9 planets. She exists between 2 pillars holding mechanisms whose purpose is unclear. The night sky behind her hints at both the poetic mystery of the moon and the logically charted courses of the heavenly bodies. She beguiles, she promises knowledge, she can be dangerous. We must accept her energy and wisdom cautiously. There's another 2 paragraphs, but let me say, I've read this so many times, but this always something new hits me. I don't see the danger in the High Priestess. It's like, I have a lot of divine feminine, and it's kind of like, that's kind of my higher self, that's my soul, it's how we got with these words, all these highly abstract nouns, we all need to clarify what we really mean. I mean, like, you'd sit around and talk about God, if you don't clarify what you mean by God, you can sit around for your whole life and talk about God, and we really don't even understand what each other's talking about. But that's interesting. I take this with a lot of guidance too. She could be dangerous. We must accept her energy and wisdom cautiously. So I don't know, I have trouble relating to that again. And then it goes on. The message of the High Priestess is about a kind of knowing that is beyond logic. Pay attention to your intuition and recognize that there are different ways of knowing. While the stars and the planets of the night sky can be charted and understood rationally, this same sky inspires us in ways foreign to our sense of reason. There's another paragraph, I gotta stop. I love it when people refer to astrology as rationally. Be aware of staying too long in the heady realms of the High Priestess. You must take your inspiration and translate it into action. Honor the muse, but do not become her slave. So, very interesting. Well, it's fresh in your mind. I'll find it here in this deck in a minute. The High Priestess. Consider. So, this will be the reading. I get to see what's around the High Priest, see what I'm getting here. With the devil coming out for the overall, or death coming out for the overall energy. Thank God it's not devil. It kind of like, part of my problem is Sagittarius, Jupiter, Mercury, Mars, and the Sun. So, your Sun's how you really want to be in life. And so, Sag wants to go, and I'm not going. I've been crippled for many years and can barely walk, and now just still am like I'm such a shadow. what I did for fun was a hike for 20 miles in the mountains, so now, I can't really get out and do it, and I think like part of this is just being in this transformation. And I gotta tell you, if you're in astrology, for me, it's like my progressed sun is down about 28.5 degrees Aquarius, counting the degrees on this one, because I don't know how to really feel about the Pisces, but when your progressed sun, that's a 30-year cycle, moves into a new sign, a new house, especially, that's a big deal, however you want to shake it, and I just have the feeling, something's going to happen there, and spiritually, things will probably just deepen. Either that or I'm going to die. I'm never really 100% clear on that. But I get the transformation thing. I think part of it is where a lot of us are transforming into more spiritual creatures, going through a process of, maybe a lot of us that are here, if you're watching this, you probably spent your whole life thinking, not feeling understood and a little on the outside. And what you thought was cool, other people thought it wasn't. That kind of thing. And my girlfriend's home. You more, you got everything.
My baby.
A case of leche.
Bueno.
I'm doing the tarot lecture. Mi amor. Okay, trabajo. So, okay, that was quick. Good. Trabajo. Yeah. That's Aurora. Yeah, love of my life. She's like a Zen master, man. Like a blessing. Es bueno. Say hi. Amor. Should have her makeup on. That's a problem.
Mi amor, ¿pausaste tu lectura?
Sí.
Pausada. Sigue
I don't
corriendo
have the
tu
technical
video.
ability to pausar, mi amor.
Oh, no. Me estás haciendo una trampa.
You look beautiful. She really is amazing. Like a Zen master, he does this. It's like this. Everything she does, her way she moves. Like I watch her just living. I often wish I could be in her head. It's such a quiet, cinder place. But wow. So we're gonna find the High Priestess here. This is speaking about guidance. If we're in a process of transformation, you think think of the pupae. We're dreaming metamorphic dreams, this kind of thing. It's a powerful time. There's a lot of Pluto stuff going on here. I just noticed full moon. I'll be doing the full moon reading, believe it, for this eclipse. And nobody's talked about this. The asteroid Eros is transit. It's going to be exactly, and I mean within minutes exactly, on Pluto, right as this goes down. So you tell me when that is. Be careful, honestly. I mean, honestly, this full moon would be due. I'm not even kidding. I mean, I don't think people here even need to say this, and you can try saying it to your kids when they listen, but this is not time to go out drinking. Don't even take the chance of getting slipped in Mickey. I mean, Eros on Pluto, for me, I'm very kind of Scorpio. I mean, it sounds really hot. It can be super dangerous, too, by transit like that. Particularly, it's at 25 Capricorns, where Pluto is, so like 24, 40, 25, 40 something minutes of Capricorn, and but intense, man. I mean, you don't be surprised if you're having erotic feelings. I wouldn't be surprised. That doesn't have some kind of impact, particularly if you're Eros dominant somehow or Pluto dominant, But let me find the High Priestess here. Muy hermosa, mi amor. There's the Hierophant, Hierophant's religion, and I want the High Priestess because that's spirituality. That's kind of how I look at that deal. You go to the Hierophant if you want to get your religion here. You go to the High Priestess if you want the truth, the spiritual truth about the world. Of course, it's probably like right behind the death card, but oh, I've never been. The Star. Okay, we're close. The Hermit. All our friends are here. Let's just say that. Okay, looking for Major Con. Come on, guys. Come on. Where is? Let's kind of counting on it not being that hard to find. It really is going to be. There it is. So good. So we're going to say the Queen is before it, and we're going to have the Seven of Swords. Okay, that's strategic thinking there. I already got this. Now, what did it say when I was reading about the High Priestess? Be aware. What I did relate to. The one part, a lot of that I didn't relate to about her. Watch it out for the dark side and all that. But kind of understood the part about don't sit in it too long. There's a time for action. That's what I'm saying. I feel like there's a time for action. But I don't feel like I could really do it. And so I feel more like I'm being told spiritually to shut down and not take action. But my ego wants to take action. There you go. That's the way to put it. That's the way to put it right in the middle. And so what I pray for is just to be guidance and protection and strength, just be still for a few minutes longer. So here we are coming in the Queen of Pentacles. I relate to that. We pretty much got together with the Queen of Pentacles. We know we're value, we're solid. This kind of mature energy. Even if you're a young person, you're mature for your age, and solid, okay? And here's our High Priestess, of course. A little different in this deck, but similar, so you can see. And to me, that's divine guidance, divine timing is in the High Priestess, divine guidance. So you go to the High Priestess and that. What do you go to the Hierophant for? You're going to go, Hierophant, what's my life's not going? Do you think there's divine timing involved? High Priestess is all about that. To be like, yeah, of course, there's always divine timing involved. So she's the one that handles these things. That's why I always kind of, and I feel like to channel and try to be a hollow bone, that's all about the High Priestess energy right there. I mean, it's like pure intuition, it's like if you just remove all, well, it's like, it's also kind of, I always think of Pluto, because I mean Pisces, but really you think of Neptune with the High Priestess. Same way with the Magician, you think of Mercury more so than you do Gemini. It's like the planet usually brings the energy first. So think of that now, Neptune, and boy, that's huge in my chart. So, I mean, this is everything that's not real. Everything you can't wrap your knuckles on is this Neptunian energy of the High Priestess, the veil, the gateway. It's what I'm saying too. The other side. When I pray, it's kind of in my mind who I'm praying to. It's like the High Priestess. If I was going to say what card in the deck is the card that is most like what the energy is that I pray to, ding, 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 right there. And I think with the Seven of Swords here in the future, that what comes to mind is that line about, you can't sit in the High Priestess energy forever. You got to take action. And this is the opposite of the High Priestess. The thing about the worst thing about Seven of Swords, not the lying, cheating, stealing, the strategic thinking when it's trying to control things. And I think this is kind of a warning, and I think it's kind of saying what's going to happen. Probably for me, I'm hard-headed, and this is, trying to, with the strategic thinking, and it's because, before, trying to outthink everything, control everything, get ahead of everything, quote unquote, think ahead. I've told people my whole life, I think ahead. It's the Virgo rising for sure. And sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Honestly, so if I'm honest, sometimes I miss a whole lot. But all of that is just kind of trying to control. And it's the energy I think we're transforming out of, because remember, we originally had death at the bottom here of this deck. So we have death here at the bottom still. It's what we're trying to transform out of. And I think, one thing somebody told me is that I look to for guidance. It's like, it's a spiritual path. You're going to fall off of it. That's the whole thing. You get back on it when you can, and you keep going. Like, there are no wrong paths, only right paths taken wrong. I believe that with all my heart. I believe with all my heart that even Hitler is going to get there. we are all moving inexorably into the light. It's just a matter of when we're going to get there and how. That's, I think, what this is about. Maybe that's what's upsetting me so bad right now. Because honestly, if I really take my ego out of things and get centered, you saw my girlfriend. Honestly, she's like that all the time. She got a little upset yesterday because their daughter's going through some stuff. That, normally it's like this centeredness. If you have peace, like what more do you need? And here's the Queen of Pentacles, of all the queens especially, is the one that's going to have peace and be centered and be grounded, and all of that. And it's that not having to waste a lot of energy, I think, and the strategic thinking. And it's very egoistical anyway, because, isn't it? I mean, if I'm thinking I can figure, it's like once I'm more and more I'm realizing, if I align myself with my spiritual path and I act in good faith and with good intentions, I have to trust whatever happens. And so, it's like, I have to work and do the right thing, take care of them, but I don't have to overthinking. That's the thing. I don't have to overthink things. I don't have to go out of my way. I have to worry. This is worry. Strategic thinking is worry, because you're worried. What's going to happen? How can I prevent it? Well, what if I do this? Well, then they might do that. Okay, if they do that, then I'll do this. Well, if they do that, and you could just go on and on with that. And a lot of times you think you're getting somewhere, and a lot of times you're not, because a lot of times it's about stuff that hasn't. That's another thing. Mostly all this is in our minds. It's swords, so it hasn't even happened yet, and it may or may not even happen. And here we are spinning our wheels and really using energy. And I think this is something the High Priestess could tell you. It's like, what does count is just our consciousness in the days of the hours of our consciousness in the day, and what the quality of our consciousness is. That's why I stopped watching the news and everything many, many years ago. Once I realized, I won't go there. Everything wasn't exactly what it seemed to be, and I just stopped giving my energy to it. It's like, why? I only got so much energy, So thank you, Spirit. I think I get it. I'm trying, to do it, and I'm gonna try to let go of this worry and stuff. And I'm already gonna give myself a little pass, because I know I'm probably not gonna do a very perfect job of it. And I'm not going to beat myself up over that either, So thank you, guys. I hope you got something out of that. If you know of any platform where you can share this, please do. Tell a friend, and please do subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't yet. Thank you.